Hello all, good evening. So welcome to today's expiry analysis. So let's get started. Today's expiry, was very volatile. It had sharp moves on both the sides, almost three sharp moves. First on the downside, second on the upside, and again back on the downside. So there's a particular concept which was playing out in today's expiry. As I've mentioned in the thumbnail, that there was an ascending triangle trap also, which was interesting in the price pattern. So first, let me discuss that concept, and then move on to discussion of the price. So as we can see here, there is in standard chart pattern we have a particular chart pattern called the ascending triangle. So what generally happens is, assume that this is the level of resistance. Okay, so I mean, if this is the resistance zone, generally the concept is that first the price tries to hit the resistance, the sellers try to reject the price. The price comes down, but it makes a uh, higher low than the previous one, and again the price goes towards the resistance. Again the sellers try to reject it, but now what is happening here is the price again makes a higher low. Every time as the price goes upwards, the sellers are able to push the price down to a lesser distance. It means these sellers are getting weaker. So again, you can see when it goes up, again we see sellers coming in, and the price again makes a higher low. So every time the price is making a higher low with the constant high, and finally we can see a breakout of this resistance, because as we can also connect this trend line in this particular concept, what is happening in this concept is that the resistance is getting weaker because the sellers are not able to push the price further lower, and every time the price makes a higher low. So it means the demand is shifting upside, the buyers are pushing the price on the upside, and finally the breakout happens. So generally what happens in this ascending triangle pattern is we get a good breakout, and bullish candle emerges on this breakout, and ideally the entry for this chart pattern is once after this breakout the price comes back, retests the resistance, and it further goes up. So this is the standard chart pattern of ascending triangle, which we have read through in any price action basically, right? So this pattern was actually working in today's market in continuation from yesterday's market, and this was a kind of trap which was set on the upside. So let me now show this what happened on the chart. So I think it worked almost similarly in both Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. Let me show this on this is the 75-minute chart. First, let me show this on a 5-minute time frame, how this was working. So this is from yesterday, right? So you can see that this pattern was working from almost yesterday. So as we can see, the price rallied on the upside. It hit a resistance. So this is the high now, the resistance zone, and this is the zone of resistance. Now the price makes a particular low. It goes up. It hits the resistance again. So it makes a higher low. Again, it goes back to the resistance. You can see further the price getting pushed. It makes a higher low. Today also the price went to this zone up. I mean, these three rejections happened yesterday, but today there was the first time, I think in the morning, third or fourth candle, it went there in the 5-minute time frame. Again it made a higher low, and price again tried to, and this should have been the final probably final breakout of this, but as I discussed, the breakout did not happen. What happened instead was this big shooting star candle. So a shooting star candle at rejection confirms that now there's no more chance of this breakout of this ascending triangle pattern which is playing out. So this is what I was trying to tell, that market was trying to build up for this pattern. It may be also a trap also, or it might have also been that the market intended to break out, but considering the expiry context, this did not work out. So there can be multiple ways of looking at it because of today's expiry. So a shooting star happening at the resistance would confirm two things. One, the resistance is still strong, and it can also act as a bull trap or of whoever fall trap to this pattern, without the understanding that this pattern ultimately breaks out once you get a closing, bullish closing above this breakout zone. But that did not happen. So ultimately the price came down and it broke this trend line, and once this pattern is broken, it again heads back to its support zone. So that's what happened. Ultimately price came back to support zone and it bounced, and again the price just hovered around, gave some bidirectional sharp moves because of expiry. So this was the standard chart pattern which was working today's expiry. And once the price broke in the intraday, the price started to make the lower low structure, as we can see. And this lower low structure is working within the broader context of this resistance and this support zone. So nothing to say that the broader time frame is still bullish, but within the day's context, once this trend line is broken, we get into the mode of high low, right, lower high, lower lows. It kept on making lower highs and lower lows ultimately till the support. So here came the sharp buying because this is a strong demand zone as per the higher time frame. So this is the concept from price action which was working. In fact, there'll be any such concepts which will be working in the market. It depends on how closely we observe the price. So post that, post this down move again, because of the we can see how the price made higher low yesterday around this same zone. In fact, this entire zone is a support zone. Price took support from there. Again, here the selling further happened. Now the price made a kind of a lower high. You can see within the intraday. It was not able to go back to that zone, and but again it was on support. So overall, a very range bound expiry. But if one had the awareness of these levels, that is this being the resistance and this being the support, I think it was a simple trades which could have been initiated. Now coming to the chart per se, we can see, let me just take it to the 15-minute time frame. So what is happening here is this chart, after making the change of structure, like for example I discussed I think yesterday that after making this change of structure, this was a downward trending structure. Initially it's the same zone. So the price this is lower high, lower low, right, lower high and lower low on a 15-minute time frame. You could see the first higher low which emerged here is the same higher high which the price printed, and again it confirmed by making a higher high and higher low. So now what has happened is, in this 15-minute time frame, the price is in a overall, for this swing, for this upswing, it is still at its swing support. We can see the earlier swing support. So I don't see any change of structure even today after today's move, despite the price closing negative. So going to one more time frame higher, we see that this is a 75-minute time frame, and this zone is very crucial because here there was a change of polarity, right, where the resistance, which was multiple time resistance, once the price opened with a gap up around this zone, there was a change of polarity around the zone, and price has so this is the first strong support, and now this price is making a higher low here. So definitely this downtrend, whatever was there, is definitely challenged by this higher low. Only thing pending is for our final confirmation, the price has to print a higher high to resume the uptrend. So till that time, I think the price can remain range bound. So this is what the chart looks like. But I think till this crucial zone is not broken, we need not be bearish on the markets. And then coming to Bank Nifty also was similar, nothing much different compared to Nifty. We can see this that this was, if you consider this as a zone of resistance and this as a zone of support, this is a strong zone of support. What the price was, the price is almost contained in this zone for so many days, and it's almost a month. You can see that the price is contained in this zone. Here, from this high, it started to make lower high, lower low structure, right? You can see here how the price started to make lower high, lower low structure, but this lower low ultimately had to end here because of the strong support which is there. So now the support is confirmed because of this impulsive buying, and the price is still around this range, and it has made a higher low. So definitely now making of a higher low, as we know that the downtrend is challenged. And if the price in this time frame, so as of now, the trend of Bank Nifty in the 75-minute time frame is range bound. Within this range bound, we can say that the downtrend has been challenged because of this higher low. Once the price crosses this crucial resistance zone and makes a higher high, then I think it will be trend would obviously change and the price would head higher. So till that time, the price within this zone, the price action would remain choppy, is what I feel. So nothing else. And looking at the open interest also, open interest per se, we can see that today, initially, first when you look at Nifty first. So yeah, when you look at Nifty initially, due to the initial up move, there was more put writing, and in line with the structure, as I discussed, the put writing was more. I think the market participants, seeing the standard structure, anticipated a breakout, and then as we could see, the trap was set. The put writing gradually diminished, and you could see call writing, which was emerging, and call writing and put unwinding, and the price started to go down. But since the support was already in place, so the price just headed back higher, and then somewhere closed in the range bound fashion. So overall, it was the option sellers profit which I think the market tried to reduce. I'll show one example of that. Why I'm trying to tell this is because when you look at any call chart or any put chart, I've chosen 43,900 as an example. So you can see that 43,900 call and puts, when you observe, you can see here that initially 43,900 today, there was due to expiry, both side writing would take place to capture the theta decay. But what I personally feel is this is the earlier swing high where some level of writing started. You can see, I think this was yesterday, 23rd June, because once market hit that resistance zone, the writing zone, I mean the writing of, if you consider the value at which the writing call rating happened at the peak, it is around 189 rupees, right? So you can see that that's a high also, 189.45. So today, when the market started to shoot up fiercely, it almost tried to go to that zone, creating panic among the call writers. You can see call unwinding also sharply taking place. And then again, the writing took place from the same level. And you can see call rating again increasing. And the ultimately, this is final unwinding. Similarly, on the put side also, you can see that initially there was put writing, and at the same levels of yesterday, you could see that there was a fall. I mean, because of the up move initially. Then could see sharp put writing taking place. So I mean, this is from the OI chart, you can easily come to know that some particular pain points of sellers, beyond which they start to unwind their position. This becomes very clear from the OI chart also. So overall, there's one more additional clue which the order flow was trying to give, that you can see here, from as the market headed higher, we knew that this was a zone of resistance, and in this zone of resistance, just a minute. So yeah, you can see here that as in the second candle itself, the price started to face resistance at a very crucial some zone where it was not able to close below this crucial level, which was 44,000 in the futures chart roughly. Since this is a psychological level, and we could see entering of limit sellers at this level, right? So considering this as our zone of resistance, and through order flow, we are coming to know that these are limit sellers, and the price almost twice at the same POC price is closing below it. So the price headed high and lower, and we knew that this was the support zone, roughly this zone as I showed in the chart. So you could see the emergence of certain limit buying conditions. So I think the plan was set to create some traps on the upside as well as some trap on the downside, and maybe end the market in a very range bound fashion. This limit buyers, and also again this thing also was confirmed here when the price shooted higher. We could again see the emergence of limit seller as it went higher. The price was not able to close above this big prints. Basically, if you've seen this entire candle, this is the biggest print. 50K is the biggest print, and the price is not able to close above this. Again here 42K. So these are clear-cut limit sellers. So yeah, and yeah, this was the clue which I was talking about from the order flow. And the same thing also applies for Nifty, because around the same zone, you can see here that you can see imbalance as well as the price getting rejected. Again, the same thing happening at the same level. So it's a double confirmation that these are strong limit selling zones, and the price headed downside. And at the bottom, since we know that the support was in place, we can use the order flow confirmation that the price is bouncing from these orders. So these are limit buying orders. Again, you can see the big prints appearing on the bid side, and here it's on the ask side. So confirming that at least the lower level is set for the day, and here the higher zone is set for the day. So this was the order flow clue also. So yeah, that's it. I think overall, as long as the chart is held, coming to Bank Nifty, the price is just held within this strong support zone, and this resistance, I want this to break initially, because for this the higher low, once the price prints a breaks this, it makes a higher high, and then you could see a change of structure on the 75-minute time frame, which would gradually reflect on the daily time frame. So because on the daily time frame, Bank Nifty is still in a pretty range bound thing, and because of its weakness, it is not able to go up compared to the Nifty. So overall, so what I was trying to convey is this. When you look at just a minute. So I mean, this support zone and this resistance zone, after the price went high, creating a double top, it started to make lower lows, right? So after this high, you can see it made a lower high. This is but it's broadly stuck in a range. So there's in a range, it is a bit creating a bit negative bias because it's on the lower side of the range. That's the concern from Bank Nifty perspective. And always reversals happen inside out in the sense that from a lower time frame, the reversals start to happen. So that is why whenever we try to monitor any reversal, so first the reversal on a 15-minute time frame, it has to change into an uptrend, and then a 75-minute, and considering a factor of 5, what I'm trying to tell, 75, and then go for a daily time frame. So So once this 75-minute time frame changes to an uptrend, which currently as of now is still in a range bound situation. You can see that what I explained, that I want this high to break and create a higher high. So then what happens, 75-minute time frame will become uptrend, and then that will trickle into the daily, and that will change the sentiment towards the upside. So as of now, the situation is on a 75-minute time frame. The downtrend is challenged. So downtrend has been challenged in the Bank Nifty, but it's range bound. So again, till this low is protected, the market can remain range bound. Any big moves, I personally feel after it will come definitely after closing above high of this, or if it breaks down, then a lower low would form here. Anyway, those levels we can look at it in the future. So this was the expiry analysis. Hope the analysis was helpful. Thank you.